Hello, so in this second segment I'm going to go over files and saving and how you organize those because it can be a little bit tricky at first. So as you can see, I have my layer on my virtual layer on top just so you can physically see the difference between this is my actual desktop, this is my virtual desktop. I could have this expanding across the whole entire screen and that's all that you would see. How you know that you're in virtual is that you have this black toolbar that would appear at the top, and then you also have the Citrix logo that's on the outside edge also, and you also have the Citrix desktop viewer that then again confirms that you are in the virtual realm, not on your actual desktop. So first thing I'm going to show you is actually the different files that you can see and have access to within your virtual. So if I go under the Start menu and you go off to the right hand side up to where it says Computer, it then shows all of the different drives that are currently accessible to myself. Now this is different from user to user depending on what different items you have access to, and I'll just go over some of them. So in the C drive, you never want to save anything to the C drive. That's where they just want specific programs and things that are on your machine. So nothing should ever be saved to your C drive. So ensure students don't use that. Instead, the network locations, there's two different things you're going to notice. Some of them have the word client in front of the letter of the drive, and others just have the specific descriptor for what that is. So the difference between is that the ones that do not have the client in front of them, these ones are actually part of your virtual desktop only. So those are things you can only access in the virtual realm. So for example, documents, the division shared, and this old H drive, and my division shared V folder, those are items that actually are housed on my virtual desktop. So if I save to those, I will have access to those no matter where I am located. Now these other ones, the client F and the C client and the T client, those all are actually on my physical desktop. So for example, this F client is actually my external hard drive that is actually plugged into my physical computer. So here I could then access my USB connected external hard drive going through my virtual desktop. So here I can actually, even though I'm in the virtual desktop, I can still have access to my external hard drive that's inserted inside my physical machine. So definitely really easy to be able to go back and forth and pull information. I'm not having to get out of virtual desktop in order to access my files, which is awesome. So I'm just going to go back. Now when students are saving, they're going to save their work to documents. Like I've already mentioned, they're not going to be saving to the C drive. Nothing should ever be saved there other than something that the Land Tech does. So here is where the students could then organize their document folders. So they already have some that are started for you already with my photos, videos, etc. But here is where I would have students go through and actually create folders. So as a teacher even also, so you may have social studies, etc., so that you have your various folders, and then things could be saved and organized as you go. Because as you start using anything digitally, you know how information expands and you just need to be able to find it quickly. So I've created a social studies folder, and now what I'm going to do is demo how you can open up a document and then how I would save that document in the virtual world. So here I'm going to go under my Start menu, knowing I have access to all of these programs, and I've been in Word recently, so I'm just going to open up Word. So now this is inside my virtual. Again, I know it's because it says Citrix Desktop Viewer. It has a black icon here, and then I have the Windows icon as well as the Citrix logo here. So that tells me I'm in virtual. I am not on the physical desktop. So now here would be my sample document. So maybe this is something that kids are working on. So this is work that they want to save. And so then how they save this is they would go File, Save As, and this is where it's so critical that you're choosing the right location. So here I would then go through, and I often like to use the left side, but everyone does different things. And here is the computer. These are all the drives that I had shown you just a few moments ago. Here I'm going to choose my Documents drive. Here is that Social Studies folder now in the middle view. I'm going to put this document now inside that folder, Save. And now when I'm finished working on this, I then can just click on this X to get rid of it. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. Sorry, it's the one below it. This one will take me out of virtual desktop altogether. This is for the application. So I choose just the application. So now I'm back to my virtual desktop. And then in order to access the document that I had just created, either now or at a later date, I then go to my computer, or I can go right to documents. It's the same difference. And then if I go to documents file, social studies, now you can see how my sample file is there. I can open that up and continue working from home or at school or wherever. Just to show you that it is the same, I'm going to also access it the other way. So I can go strictly to documents. Now there's my social studies, and now I can access my files and organize them. So it definitely teaches students and staff how to save their work and ensure they know where it's going, and really have an awareness that these client drives are ones that are on their physical machine and these other ones are virtual. So they'll be saving to the documents, or they can save to their external hard drive. But you can really see how people really don't need USB keys with this at all anymore, because as long as you're saving to the virtual documents, students can access that from wherever they are as long as they have internet access and have that client loaded on those machines. So really, really key feature there for sure.